Rhodes Island was a strategic position for many years before, because many years ago, in the Ancient Greek period, there are no any sonars, telecommunications, so everything it was by sea. So from here, every warship that coming from east to attack the west has to pass from here. That period, the ships, because it was sailing and rowing, they should pass next to the land. So it was important, and the only way that has to pass from here. And that is the reason that later the Europeans, they construct the old city fortification. It was covered like hospital, this fortification. Of course it was a hospital inside for 200 beds, but the constructions only, it takes 100 years. It's like we have, it is like we have a NATO base.
NATO base, yeah.
Here. It was a United Nations, it was army party from all Europeans. So the cross knights, they came from Israel, from Jerusalem, the 9 tanks, and they create here they organize the base, the fortification. So from that period, Rhodes, like island, start to growing, because we have a big gap that Rhodes disappeared from the map, on the map, because of the big earthquake, 226 BC. We go now to the Mandrake port, that we will explain why Rhodes found it here.
Okay.
Because Rhodes was not in the, is not the oldest city of the island. The oldest is Lindos, Camiros, and Ialissos. And these 3 join to create Rhodes, because of the port, of course. So here always it was important location, and also from here start the Italian period of Rhodes. Italian period, I mean Rhodes belongs to Italy with the other islands around. After the First War, by contract, all the island passed to Italy. So the buildings that we see now around the port belongs to the Italian period. It's a fascist period because of Mussolini and Hitler that they joined, and we had the Second War. And of course the Italians, they didn't expect that they will lose the Second War. So they create very nice buildings, and all the island inside, there are all Italian buildings that most of them were resorts for their elite. For them it was like Monaco. And of course should be if we have no all these changes in the history. Because Rhodes does not miss something. It's an independent island, and if someone, the government, invest more, can be other level. But I prefer to be low level. Because, yes, a lot of money is not the best. They can come, it's only 18 kilometers. 18 kilometers from here, opposite. But it's not the closest island. The other side of Aegean, Samos, for example, is 850 meters. You can swim. Yeah. So always, like country, we have to pay attention to what opposite are doing. So we have to spend a big amount of our economy to the military.
Yeah. We saw a lot of
No, are not a lot. It was double. It was double bases. Now are the half.
Yeah.
Yes. After some years before, they decide to cut. Of course, the technology now is different, and wars does not happen. And the privilege that we belong to Europe, this it's a kind of break for them to attack.
Yeah.
Because always they wish more and more and more. We are keen to go in any court, but no one take care about this to give solution peacefully. Anyway, this belongs to the politics. So we go now to our next stop. That is the lighthouse of the port, the old port, and there we explain why here and how start the history. Pay your attention a bit, and later we make many photos. So, this is the Mandraki port. It's the ancient port, and the reason that Rhodes founded here 408 BC. Before Rhodes, we have Lindos, Camiros, and Ialissos. These three cities, they join their power and create the city. And the reason was the port, because the port is very well protected from the northwest winds that coming from here and the south winds that are the worst. When they have south winds are very bad and can cause problems to the boats. So they found the place, they agreed, they joined their economic power, and they created a city. They had the best architecture, city architecture of that period, Hipparchus, who designed a city for 90,000 people.
No tape. Estoy
More
grabando.
than today. Today has about 50 in the city. It was 90,000. The walls that they had in the city, it was 15 kilometers perimeter. The old city now, it's 4.6 kilometers, the fortification.
peligroso de
Not from casinos.
Some people they have this for I don't know why, but it looks that it works because there are many all around the world. Between the castle and the outside wall is the place that the castle touches the land, the mainland of the island. So if they had any attack from here, they should come down from here to climb up. There is the first layer, later there is a gap, empty place, and later they had to climb up. Where is the corridor that the soldiers waiting? It was impossible for that period, and no one managed to go inside. And how they pass it this in the 1693, I think, the Ottomans, they tried, they could not. So they stay with 100 soldiers around the castle for 6 months till finish the food. And because it was army parties from all of Europe, they negotiate. So the cross knights, they left without execute them. And they went to Malta. In Malta there is similar fortification. And always this generation, they are very good contact with the Rhodians. If you see, there are towers around. Every tower belongs to one military party. Every military party has their own flag. All the flags are with the cross. This is the cross knights. So they have their own flag, their own tower, place for the soldiers and for the horses. And the meeting point is the Grand Palace, where it was the Grand Master. If you see the fortification, the material that they use is a porolithos. It is a stone that has holes. There are 2 mountains here that give this kind of stone. It's not granite, like the balls, it's from the catapults. And because this kind of stone, porolithos, it's very easy to replace, because you know from catapults many parts are destroyed but does not collapse. If it is from stone, it's very easy. If you make a damage, a hole to fall down all. So with this material they could replace it very quickly. And today the archaeologists, they do the same. If you see parts in the walls, they have new stones always, because of the rain, the winds, with the years the stones can be destroyed. And from the construction we will see that there is, except the defense from up, there is, and from down, very few castles, fortifications, you can see defense from low. So they had a very advanced design for this fortification, that period. We are in the beginning, the transition period. It was with the cannons, you see, but it was the first cannons. So when they use it, they should wait 5-6 hours to be cold and use it again. So yeah, it was.
It's like me.
Good. Yeah. So they have it like but all the city, the old city, underground, there is tunnels for the water and tunnels for the soldiers, that they could visit one tower to another tower underground. Or to exit here. You will see later there is special places for battles, that is more famous. Soldiers, they could exit underground to their back and go back again, because a corridor, it's only for one person. If someone goes to enter, execute it directly. So all this castle connected with the land only with 3 bridges. If you close the gates, it's independent. There are 2 springs for water. They could stay without any help as long they could, depending of the food in a war. I'm not here.
He's used to wake up now.
So we go now, we pass the 3, after 100 meters you will see it's our summer theater. It's
Yo me
a special
adelanto que